Yes. Hello, hello.
Hi. Good
Hello, Julia.
afternoon. Hi, Lilian. Welcome back. I welcome myself back. Yes,
It has been a long weekend.
yes,
And
very
yeah,
long.
are you feeling
Mm.
much better?
Yes, so much better. And welcome all of you to our Thursday YouTube live show, Courage to Be You series on our Voices of Courage YouTube channel. So yes, I'm back. I've been not feeling well for the last couple of days. I've been maybe probably about a week plus now, and I'm so happy to be back here together with Lilian. Hi,
Yay,
Lilian.
I'm back too.
Yeah, we are on and off, right? Yeah, you went off to do something. I gotta get Anita. Poor Anita has to be our standby guest speaker all the time, but she's so good. She's amazing. She can do one. She just bring it on. She can just come on and be ready to be our guest speaker. So yes, I'm happy to be healthy, alive, and kicking. Yeah. So
Good, good, good.
how was your long weekend? How was National Day for you?
Oh, I had some family time. Yeah, so it's great to have family time. Managed to catch the fireworks. Yeah, and
Yeah.
had Korean dinner. Yeah, Korean food for dinner. Yeah, yeah. I
Awesome,
think that
amazing.
the most valuable time is always to me is family time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. For us, we had a steamboat, just very quickly put together some stuff, and then that's it. We had our steamboat, and I think it's quite a good change from not mommy not cooking for the past few nights. Then they had to be like eating outside food. Oh my gosh! So steamboat was a nice change. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I hope everybody have a very good long weekend holiday, and now back to the grind. Although it's not
Mm.
Monday, it's the start of a new week, short week today. So we hope that now it's your lunchtime, you're enjoying your lunch, and you're gonna enjoy your whole week ahead of you. Okay, so last week I mentioned that this episode we're going to talk about spiritual gifts again. Okay, so the last
Mm.
time where Lilia was talking about spiritual gift, you were talking more towards the believer side, right? As a
Mm.
Christian, our Bible, we talk about a lot of spiritual gifts. So we felt that today we want to just let you know that using shape is not only for Christians, but it's also for non-believers, for everybody actually, for everybody
Mm.
to help you to grow, to help you with your personal growth. So Lilian, today what have you got in store for us?
I think very quick recap of the different types of spiritual gift. We won't go into the details, but
Yeah.
there are different categories. There's supernatural gifts. You have support gifts. You have serving gift. The speaking gift. I think I'm more inclined to all the speaking gift, not so much of the support gift like administration and that kind. Those are I'm weaker in those, but the speaking gift like teaching, evangelism, wisdom, giving a word of wisdom, you can apply all those in mentoring, one-to-one coaching or discipleship. Yeah, so these are gifts in the area of speaking gift, and you don't have to wait for people to ask you to exercise those gifts. You want to take the initiative and look out for opportunity to sow into another person's life by exercising those gifts, right? So likewise, when it comes to talking about the natural gifts, what are some of the natural gifts that you may have? Actually, you may not be aware, but here is why we are talking about it, to bring to your awareness that hey, you actually also have certain natural gifts, some inborn natural gifts in you. Yeah. So let's talk about that.
Yes, let's talk about natural gifts and
Mm.
talents. Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about natural, and then you keep quiet.
Yeah, you okay, you want me to
Okay.
start?
Okay, one thing I do notice, like there are some people who are naturally gifted in certain talents, if I may use that word.
Yep.
Yeah, they are supernaturally fast learner. For example, of course, recently, my daughter did I post a picture or a doodle of my daughter's doodle, right? A picture of her doodle. And the thing I realized that, hey, she didn't go through any official training art class, and all that. So she just go by her feel, she feel and she just draw and she just doodle out a portrait of a girl, and and nobody taught her, how much shading should be done here, how much over there, and all that. It's all based on her feelings, and so that caught my attention. Definitely caught my attention. And yeah, and the only way to explain this is that, this is a very gift. It's a natural inborn gift. Yeah, that I discovered lah. Yeah. I know your daughter also very good at drawing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See the painting
Mm.
all behind is all hers. So, yeah, she has this natural gifting from young. Actually, from young, really saw that gift in her. For example, so there was this foam thing lying on the floor. I think I don't know from where the packaging was from. So it's just shaped like this. She took it and then she draw a mouth, so lips and
Oh,
teeth,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then she
yeah,
just
yeah,
put
yeah.
it there
Good.
with a big smile. So that is her. It's like, wow, I didn't even think about it. Although the shape was like that, I didn't even think that, oh, it could be shaped like a mouth. So when she put it in front of her, she's like a very big smile in front of her. So that's how I found out that, okay, she's naturally gifted in this area. So as time goes by, she is doing sketching, she's doing painting and stuff like that. So I did ask her, like, how do you know how to do shading? Like you were saying about shading. How do you know how to do shading? Like, she was just drawing. I saw her drawing. I said, how do you know that this part here need to shade like this?
Yeah, how
She
much,
just
right? How much?
they say, like that lah. She also cannot explain to me because it's natural, it's inborn in them. Yeah. So, but then I think she wants to improve on herself, her technique. So she would just watch all the YouTube videos, and she would
Mm.
just draw. Yeah. So now she's into digital art. I sacrificed my iPad to her. She bought
Ah,
this app, and then now she started drawing on iPad. So it's amazing.
yeah.
I can't do it.
And just can't explain. I mean, this is something that they are
Yeah.
passionate about. Yeah,
Yes.
and like, you will spend time. Actually, they spend time and they enjoy the time actually doing the sketching or the doodling. Yeah. So I mean, after that post, right, my daughter, she also went to download don't know what app lah. Now
Yeah.
she was showing me, hey, you see, mommy, this app is so good. The shading is very smooth, because the first one
Yeah.
she does is like the stroke one, right? And now she can
Right.
do a smooth and all that stuff. So I mean, it's a good. I mean, I'm happy for her that she discovered something about her that she is naturally good at. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my daughter was doing this sketch using just a pen, a black pen, and those are art pen, very thin, 0.0, don't know, something one. She spent 6 hours doing a very nice portrait. 6 hours.
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
6 hours?
You ask them
How
to sit down
busy?
6 hours and do homework.
No,
I think it's a different story, right?
yeah. So she spent 6 hours and she was like so pleased with herself, and it was a very, very nice artwork, which is she eventually sold it to a friend who loves it and want to buy it from her. Yeah, so that's them. That is them with this natural gifting where they can just spend their time doing and will not complain. Be
Mm.
happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think both our daughters are more towards the
Yes.
artistically gifted area, right? Yeah, like sometimes I see
Absolutely.
her draw cards for her friend's birthday, the calligraphy, and then sometimes she even make do notes, right? Her study notes. It looks like typed out one, like with different fonts. I say, hey, wow, hey, this one you can sell at 10-year series. Yeah, so
Yeah. The
yeah, so I think
entrepreneur mommy will come out, right? But then they will look at you like, leave us alone
yeah,
with
yeah,
our
yeah.
art.
She said, They give you the roll eyes.
Yeah, exactly. How
Yeah,
about
but
other
mm,
people with other kind of talents like musicians
that one
or
would be my son. Yeah.
oh
Yeah, my son is more musically inclined. Yeah, so he's the self-taught. You know, when he discover the area of interest. Yeah, so he learns the guitar or the piano, and then like yeah, he's a fast learner. He will watch YouTube, and then he will pick up very fast. He will listen to all the what John Mayer lah, the Ed Sheeran lah, and all that songs, and then he will start playing. You know, they will listen and then they will play. So when I discovered that, hey, he actually is very interested in this area. When there's an opportunity for guitar lessons, yeah, I send him for the guitar lessons. Yeah.
incidentally, my daughter is also very good with musical instruments. So she's multi-talented, okay.
Oh,
So yeah, she pick up guitar. I think guitar is slightly easier to pick up. So she picked up and then she said, hey, mommy, I want to learn to play the keyboard. I said, okay, so we just bought her a keyboard, leave her alone. She watched all the YouTube she want and then she just start learning how to play. I think the first song, maybe not the first song, one of the songs that we keep hearing is Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, you know, the first part. I was like, wow, very good.
don't pray.
Yeah, so amazing she can play. I mean, I love the keyboard. Okay, I love the keyboard. I wanted to learn. At one point of time, I went to learn, but I think I was a bit impatient because I was slightly faster than the class, and then there was no like one-on-one class. And I think after the entire class finished, I didn't continue with it. So if there were ever a time, I think I will go and pick up a keyboard again.
Yeah, I'm not the musically inclined type. Yeah, so I'm more the physical. Yeah, you ask me to do anything, um, the more athletic lah. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, the artistic, not so artistic.
Not this yeah. And during my during my lifetime, during my previous life in a church choir, I joined a proper church choir. So there's this girl who has perfect pitch.
Wow.
Really, she has perfect
Okay.
pitch. And then the choir master was testing her. So they were playing chords, like certain chords, and she can name all the chords that he played. And he can tell if anyone, and she can tell if any one of us went out of tune or who landed on which chord at the end of the song. So she was
Wow.
quite good. We were like, ah. And she was quite young. She was quite younger. Yeah. So again, these are all the natural hidden talents that, that people would have in them.
Mm. And to discover, I mean, like besides, I mean, of course, because our daughters, our children has this more artistically inclined. That's why we are talking about more about arts. But
Yeah.
there are other areas, probably in the engineering area or even in administrative area or yeah, other areas that you may discover your gifts and talents that somehow like you don't really have to learn. You just watch and
Yep.
then you can do. Yeah, it's so amazing, right? Yeah, and but the question then is like, what do you do with these gifts and talents? First is to be aware or gain awareness that
Mm.
you have these gifts and talents, and they
Yep.
are not there by mistake. They are not there by an accident. Yeah, we don't watch those. I mean, we watch all those movie, right? Wow, some accident happen, an explosion, then you gain some become flash.
Superpower.
You have some supernatural power, yeah, this is, you're just born with it. Have this inward natural gifts and talents. Yeah, some people are so good with numbers. I'm really always very amazed by those that are so good with numbers. Okay. And so then the question next is, what do you do with this? What do you do with this gifts and talents? do you
Yeah.
do you have you discovered any specific gifts and talents that you have?
Me. Gift of eating. No, I just kidding.
Yeah, I like that. I give of
No, the gift
sleeping.
of no, the gift of eating must eat, then don't grow fat. Don't put on weight one. That's the gift of eating. For me, I think if I may use my writing as a talent. So yeah, so if I find that talent, I help people to help them to create content. So teaching
Mm,
them ways of, creating content, because I think creating content is such a buzzword, right? Content creation, content creation. Everybody want to create content, but they
mm,
don't know and they're stuck. And sometimes they have so much content they don't know what to do. So my talent is coming in to help you to compartmentalize and help you to make sure that you always have content to write.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
always
I
like
will.
your buzz, your slogan or your tagline, you know, like yeah,
Yeah.
write one thing in 10
Mm.
different ways.
Yay.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
How
I
about
think.
you?
Hmm?
How about
How about
you?
me?
Yeah.
In the previous episode, yeah, we talked a little bit about that. I think for me, it's encouragement, the gift of encouragement. Yeah, somehow, I'm just naturally, I don't know, people. This is feedback from people who have interacted with me. When after a conversation with me, they somehow feel more encouraged, more inspired, and then it's like they come here and get charged up, and then they go and yeah, they can almost face the world. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that yeah, I do realize that people like to come to me. Yeah, they like to come to me to not say seek advice lah, but like ask me to hear. I mean to hear their thoughts and all that. And then somehow I'm able to see different perspective. I'm able to like see from different point of view. Yeah, and also able to infuse courage into them. Yeah. So I also don't know how I do that. It's natural, lor.
Natural.
Natural gift and talent.
But I must
Yeah.
say you have that patience to listen.
Mm.
Right, you must have that patience to listen, because some people can go on and on and on. Right, correct, right? I mean, it's just one point, but they will just go on and on. But you have that patience to listen, and then to be able to catch them back. Say, okay, catch them back. They can be everywhere. You catch them back, and then you advise them, and then you like send them on the way. Yeah, so I think you have that patience. Yeah,
Mm.
not only be able to encourage, but that patience in you to listen to people pouring out their stories or pouring out their woes to you. Yeah.
And I guess also I love stories. Since young, I love stories. Yeah. So well, so we all have our different gifts and talents.
Yes.
The important question to ask is, do you know what's your gifts and talents, and what are you doing with it, right? So moving on to the next question is, what are you doing with all your gifts and talents, and how do these gifts and talents play a part or a bigger picture, a part in your purpose in life? How does all this fit into a bigger picture of your life? I think that's the important question we want to ask ourselves. Yeah.
And I think it's also
So,
a very tough question to answer, because
mm,
even if you know you have this talent, but if you don't really know your purpose, then there's this disalignment, right? But if you know
mm.
your purpose, you know a talent, but you don't know how it fits to the bigger one, then it's also like, uh, Lilian asks simple but very tough questions to answer. Anyway, yeah, I think every time when we have this YouTube live, I think people need like 2-3 weeks to think about how to answer this kind of question.
Yeah, that's why I need clarity session. Yeah.
Absolutely. Then you will know how to answer this kind of question. Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, they are good questions. They are empowering questions. Yeah,
absolutely.
because we are in this whole channel and this whole series is all about taking the courage to be you, right? To
Yeah.
know about yourself, to know about to gain awareness of your, all about every part of you, and then that includes your gifts and talents, your purpose, yeah, and without that is the first step. Awareness is always the first step. Yeah,
Mm.
then we go deeper and deeper into the next
Yes.
level, and to discover ultimately what is your purpose here on planet Earth. You're not here by accident. There must be a reason why you're here, and there must be a reason why you behave the way you are. And yeah, and we all think differently, act differently. Yeah. So these are questions that I find very interesting, and to know, yeah, How about you? Have you? You know you can't escape, right?
I know. I'm stalling for time. I think it's like what I think I shared a couple of series ago, a couple of episodes ago, is preparation time, right? So yeah, so talent is about writing. It's also a preparation to the higher purpose in life. So that if the higher purpose is really to help the woman to go into a ministry, then the talent right now here is to not only help other people to know how to do content creation, but on my part is also learning how to write my stories, learning how to write my so-called educational content. So at the end of the day, when I reach the higher purpose part, I'm ready. I'm ready with content to share. Not so much about preaching, but content to share, content to empower other women, content to encourage other women to to overcome all their adversities. Yeah, so I will see right now at this point of time is the preparation part.
Mm.
Correct, not the answer. Yeah, no,
There's
no
no
right, no wrong,
right
right?
or wrong answer. Yeah. But one thing I do want to add on and reinforce is that we don't have to wait until we are prepared. Like, yeah, we are always preparing and doing. And I think you heard me say this before, that as long as we are 2 steps ahead of someone, we can
Mm,
share that 2 steps of experience to the one behind, yeah, or to the one who is still growing, yeah, because we are all in this journey of growth, ma. Yeah, so there's this. If you find yourself, our audience, if you find yourself, always waiting for the perfect time, right?
mm,
There's no perfect time.
it
Yeah.
wouldn't come.
Yeah, it's taking the courage to step out. Yeah, step out and just do it, and then the next step will unfold itself. Yeah. So if we did not take the steps to launch this program, for example,
Yep.
then we wouldn't know, we wouldn't be put into a position, or a state of mind also, to develop um, more in depth in the programs that we are coming up in the pipeline. Yeah. And then it will always be up here
Yes.
and not out.
Or on
Right?
a piece of paper, right? Forever
Oh,
be on
yeah.
a piece of
Always in a
paper.
piece of paper. Yeah. It will never materialize,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. So then when you take the step to materialize it, then you'll begin to discover, hey, you know, this thing that I'm doing is actually part of a bigger mission, bigger thing that another team is doing. So then
Mm,
the dots begin to connect. Yeah, and then you begin to discover your community. You begin to discover the alignment with that community. Yeah, yeah. So these are my thoughts, lah. Yeah, to reinforce on your preparation part.
prepare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then one Friday I'll tell you, hey, Lilian, I want a segment where I want to share, I want to preach.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yay, yay, yay,
Go
yay.
ahead. Yeah. So, I think the key message today, is whether or not you are aware that you have certain gifts and talents. Yeah. And so the way to discover them is to take action. Yeah.
Yes,
Don't
absolutely.
yeah. So uh don't paralyze yourself or limit yourself by always thinking, other people's work is better. Other people's work is always like nicer. Yeah, like wow, more professional. Yeah, and the list goes on, blah 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 blah. By the time you finish blahing all that, right? Yeah, your gifts and talents is buried 6 feet under already.
I think the most important must have that courage. Take the first step of courage to just do it or to
Mm,
show it. And then, because everybody has their own learning journey, how they
yeah,
progress from day one. Yeah, I mean artists also they started out doodling, they started out doing maybe the wrong thing, Maybe the wrong thing is their right thing, is their style, right? They won't know. So if you don't do, you won't know. So I think the most important is to really take that first step of courage
Mm,
to show, not say show off your talent, but to use that talent for good.
mm.
Yeah,
Show up with your talents. Yeah.
yeah. Show up, not
We
show
talk
off.
about, yeah,
Show up.
yes, yeah, show up, yeah, show up with your gifts and talents. And the way to discover your gifts and talents is to go and serve and contribute, find
Yeah,
opportunities to do, to do those things that interest you, right? Yeah. So those who love to play music and all that, you can visit senior citizen homes or old folks home, and you can sing to them and all that. And who knows, wow, another emerging singer
singer.
or songwriter, yeah,
Yeah.
you that's how you discover your gifts and talent, by exercising your passion, your interests. Yeah. And one way is through volunteering work. Lah. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. You volunteer, and because you're not receiving service fee, right? So it's like, oh, then you won't have the mindset that, oh no, I must be so professional. But if you go and do volunteer work, yeah,
Mm.
it's your contribution of your time and whatever natural gifts and talents that you have and didn't know. Yeah. So that's one good area lah, that I suggest. Mm,
Yeah, absolutely.
mm.
Brilliant idea.
Right. So, anything else to add? I think this episode is a short one because we really want to drive across the point that it's really very important to know your gifts and talents, and you're not all those gifts and talents are not by accident. Yeah, I cannot emphasize how important it is because it plays a part in your purpose in life. Yeah, you don't want to be existing in life. Yeah, you want to live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Maybe our audience can, after this segment, can probably take some time to think about their purpose in life, what is their natural gifts and talents, and how they can use it to,
Mm.
for a higher purpose. I think that's a very good journal writing entry or a reflection time. Yeah, I think that's good for them to be able to just, sit down and think about it.
Yeah, I think one tip for the audience to take away is that just write down what do you like to do, what do you enjoy doing.
What
Yeah,
makes you happy, right?
yeah, what makes you happy. Yeah, just write down. Don't go analyze. Please don't analyze. just just write down what you like to do, what you have done actually also. Yeah, and how was those experiences. Yeah, it must be happy ones lah. Now we just want to
Mm.
discover which are the areas. So list them down. As you list down, and then maybe you, like I mentioned, volunteer and all that. Maybe you have done a lot of volunteering work, and it's always in this area. Yeah,
Mm.
in this particular area. Yeah, that could be a clue, right?
Yep,
So it's something that you're
absolutely.
passionate about and you've been always doing it and you enjoy doing it. Yeah. So that's the starting point. One tip that one small
No little
practical
tip.
activity that you can do. Yeah. But if you want to know more about, after watching all I think so far these few episodes, you find that, hey, I really want to find out more, and I somehow know what I want, but not really. I think this is my purpose, but I'm not too sure. Still a little bit confused here and there. Then you can always book a session with us, clarity call with Lilian, and be it in a business or life. Julia and I both can help you in this, to gaining some clarity. Yeah, so that's one way we can add value into your life as well. Yeah.
And I want to add
Anything
on this.
else? Yeah, to add.
Yeah, I want to add on to this clarity call is it's really very good to do a clarity call because sometimes you may know your purpose, but it may not be that purpose at all because sometimes you really need someone to just move along with you and to help you see from different angle. And sometimes you have a purpose, but you want to know your higher purpose. So this clarity call will just really bring you up to the higher purpose, and then you realize that, oh yeah, all along it's actually you are very clear. That's why we call clarity call because it helps you to clear your mind and to see the path that's in front of you. Yeah. So for me, my experience in a clarity call is I already know my purpose, but I don't know the higher purpose. So my purpose is gradually become clear to me as I grow older. But the higher purpose, that higher one out there, the eventual one that I'm going to try to will reach, it's something that is wow, made it very clear to me at the end of the day what I really want to do in this life, in this period of
Mm.
time that I'm here. Yeah. So clarity call is not so much of just talking to Lilian and then but there are some things to do.
Yes,
Lilian
homework.
is
I mean,
homework.
like there's a lot of work to do. Yeah, it's not a chit chat session.
Yeah. As work to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good work because it helps you to think clearly and really understand yourself more and your purpose more. So that's why I'm always encouraging people to do the clarity call. It's really, really, really very good. Don't know how much very good to say, but it's really very good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anything else to add for this episode before we yeah wrap this up?
Yeah, nothing much to add. I hope that all our audience, whether you're a believer or not, that you can use, Rick Warren's shape to help you to,
Mm.
in your own personal development journey. Yeah, so it's not only for Christians or believers, but it's for everybody. Just want all our audience to know.
Mm.
And shout out to the end of this month. Women of Courage Asia monthly empowerment meeting, 25th August, last
Yeah. Who
Tuesday
is
of the
speaking?
month. Woohoo!
None
So,
other than
me.
Julia.
Yeah, the content marketing queen. So, if you want to learn or know how to write one thing in 10 different ways, come for the meeting. Yeah, I'm going to give out all the tips, my secret weapon. Nowadays, we got a lot of secret weapon, huh?
I love a
Clever.
secret weapon.
People got secret.
Yeah.
I also got secret weapon. I gotta give it to you. Watch out for my not trailer lah. I gotta give a tip, one tip in a video. So watch out for that as well. Join me, and the second speaker is Catherine. So Catherine is going to
Mm.
share with you her story of courage. Okay,
Yeah.
this bubbly lady, you see her bubbly, but she has some backstory
Challenges.
to challenges in
Yeah.
her past to share, and I think it's going to be very inspiring for all young working adults, young mummies. She is going to have her second baby soon. Young
Maybe.
mummy. We all claim, we all going to claim these are the women of Courage Asia babies. Second generation, we are raising up second generation of courageous women. Yeah,
Woman.
so join us. Yep, join us on Cash Asia. This is the URL. You can click and you can register with us. It's on 25th August, Tuesday, starts from 6:30 p.m. Yep.
Yeah. It's a great platform, a great community to come and learn different skill set. Yeah, from all the different leaders and experts out there who are built not out there in the community. We're building the community together.
Yes.
Yeah. And last but not least, we will see you every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, 12:30. So today is what, Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think a long weekend. I'm still like a bit
I
holiday
know.
mood. Yeah.
The days all like, wow, jump out, confused already.
Yeah. Today wake up only first thing. Wow, so much things to do. But I'm glad. Yeah, we made it through, and
Yes.
so we'll see you on Thursday. Right?
Yes.
Thursday. Bye.